Hello, welcome back to our dandy home. Today I'm gonna be talking with you guys about selling apps. All the selling apps I use, and I guess. And if you have any questions about them, comment below, and I'll try to answer any questions. And yeah, so I have 5 selling apps I'm selling on. And I'll just talk about them individually. Well, I'll give you a list of what I'm doing or what I'm selling on. I'm selling on Makari, Poshmark, Vinted, Depop, and I just recently started on Curtsy. So I don't really have anything to say about Curtsy yet, besides that it's really easy to use. I haven't sold anything on it yet just because I started it like last week or 2 weeks ago now. And but it seems very easy to use and kind of the same as all the other apps so far. Okay, so sorry, I got off track there a little bit. So Vinted is probably my favorite selling app, simply because when you sell on there, you do not pay a fee when you sell, or nothing. You don't pay any fee to the app at all. And the shipping is always bought by the buyer. And the shipping right now is like incredible deals up, I think, until June. So I'm kind of scared what they're going to turn to in June. But like for a pound, shipping is like 99 cents right now. Anyway, I sell the most on that app because I can sell the product for way cheaper on that app because they don't take any cut. And I sell most of my items on that app, I find. But yes, the only downside about that app is you can't sell a lot of other things besides clothes. You can sell a certain amount of things. I don't think they like to sell any breakables. I'm a little uncertain about that, because if you do say something's like made out of glass or something, they want you to figure out your own shipping. And I tried posting a floral wreath on there once, and they said that was against their guidelines. I don't know, it's a little confusing, but then you can sell I'm not sure. So anyway, but if you're just selling clothes, it's an incredible app to sell on. My second favorite is probably Makari, simply because I sell the most on Makari. Or I sell the most on Vinted, but Makari is probably the second one that I sell on. And they do take a cut, like a 10% cut, but you can sell anything you want on Makari. You can do shipping where you can offer free shipping to the buyer, or you could just make the buyer pay. And I like to offer free shipping. Seems like that can kind of help you get more people trying to buy your stuff, but you just can pick whatever you want, and it's so easy. I mean, you just post your picture. If you've ever posted on Instagram, you can post on any of these websites. Just take a picture, post on it, and for free. And once if they buy the item, you just print off the prepaid shipping label that the app sends you, and you put it in your mailbox for the mailman pick up, or drop it off at the post office. And very easy. So Makari does take a 10% cut of your buyings. If somebody buys the item, they'll take a percentage of what they bought, but it's free to post on all these apps. Okay, so my third favorite is probably Poshmark, just because I sell the least on there, but I do sell things, and you can sell anything on Poshmark. Oh, and Makari recently has a new thing where you can do local selling as well, where I guess Uber will pick it up. I don't know. I've never done that, and I don't think I ever will, just because I live in Montana, where I don't think you're going to get as many buyers. Anyway. So then my third favorite is my Poshmark. Poshmark's the same thing. They charge you a 10% cut if you sell an item. It's free to post. That one they always have. Okay, so that one is a little different. The shipping's always the same. It's for the first 5 pounds is just, I guess they don't really, I don't really think, they think you're going to sell something on there heavier than 5 pounds. So they just have a one, I think it's like $7.99 shipping, and it's for one size fits all. You can sell any item for 5 pounds. And you can offer your buyers free shipping, but $7 shipping, and I don't know. Or you can offer them a discounted shipping or nothing at all. My fourth favorite is Depop. And Depop's a lot of the same. They do take a cut, but it's probably my least favorite too. I do sell the least amount on there, but it seems like you can post items for more expensive and you'll get people buying them for more money on Depop. I don't know why that is. So Depop's my least favorite for a couple of reasons. For one, I don't sell as much on there, and number two, you do have to pay a percentage if you sell an item, but they don't really calculate it out as easy as the other apps, I don't think. So you have to try to figure that out yourself. Like one time I didn't realize it, and I put the app where the item could go 30% off, and I ended up losing 50 cents on an item that I had sold, not realizing that, because they don't really say, I don't know, like Makari and Poshmark and all the other apps won't let you post something unless you're making a profit, like the price. And Depop doesn't do that very well. So you just have to keep that in mind and figure that out yourself. And Depop, you can also sell worldwide. I haven't, because I haven't wanted to figure out the shipping and everything, but they sell worldwide on there. It's my least favorite, but it's like it's worth keeping to me, because when I do sell on there, I usually make more, I guess, for some reason. I don't know why that is. So Curtsy is the one I recently started, and I really like the way the app works right now. It's very easy to use and it's super cool. And the more you post and the more you interact with the app, they'll give you coins and discounts to use on items you might want to buy there, which is kind of cool. So I'm interested to see how that works. I haven't sold an item there yet, but I'm excited to see how it goes. So I've been selling for the last 3 years. I'm kind of excited. I've tried a lot of other platforms. I tried eBay, and I recently tried it again just to see if it changed. Anyway, I don't like eBay at all. It just seems very hard to use for me for some reason. Yeah, that's kind of a rough draft breakdown of my selling apps. All the Vinted, Poshmark, and Makari, those three. Once you sell an item, you can, they'll have after, so you sell an item and then you have 3 days to ship it. Once you ship it, the buyer receives it. And if the buyer immediately rates you and they like the item and they keep it, then your funds are immediately ready for you to transfer into your bank if you want, or you can leave them in the app, let them accumulate a little bit, and then transfer it into your bank account. If the buyer receives the item and does not rate the item, after 3 days of the buyer receiving it, the funds will automatically be transferred to you. And once it's rated and your funds have been transferred to you, the transaction is done. They can't try to return it or anything. If they get the item and they don't like the item, at least for Poshmark and Makari, as far as I know, I've only had one item returned on Poshmark. Anyway, they make a complaint to the app and they will have to submit pictures. Usually it means something was wrong with the item in order for them to want to return it. So let's say there was a tear that I didn't put in the description or something, or I put in the wrong size, or something was off in my description, then they will review the item, the app will. And if it was something on my end, then they'll return the item and give the buyer back their money. If they don't think there was anything wrong or wasn't worth a return, the app will reject their return, and then I just keep the money and it's done with. So it's all done through the app if they want to make a return. You don't have to deal with anybody, and it's pretty nice because you can't really get scammers on the app. The only way to get scammed really is sometimes I've gotten messages about item and they'll tell me, I'm interested in this item, please text me at this and this and this. I never text anybody, email or anything. I say I purely work through these apps. If you have any questions, just talk to me through these apps. And I know that they're scammers. They've never, anybody who's ever done that, and I've messaged back through the app telling them I only go through the app. They've never messaged me again. They're just scammers, and they can only scam you if you get off the app, like they say. So yeah, so returns are pretty simple if you're a buyer, if you're a seller. If you're a buyer and you just didn't like the item, it's kind of hard. I would just sell the item again if you didn't like it, really. Unless the buyer or the seller actually did something wrong to you. You can transfer all your funds out of all three of those apps for free. Pretty much it. Depop is a little bit different. Usually they will pay you out the money immediately into PayPal and immediately after the buyer buys the item. And you can say that you don't do returns, or I don't know. Or Depop is a little bit more strange, and they give you the money immediately. It goes into your bank account. And then if they want to return it, or that person wants to return it, then I guess it's up to you. I don't know. I've never had somebody want to return, so I don't really know how that process would work very well. In the 3 years that I've sold apps, I think I've only had 2 returns that have been successful, and only one person who's tried to return an item, and the app said it wasn't my fault, so they didn't accept it. I think she said it didn't fit properly, but it was the price I said, or it was the size I said, it just didn't fit her right. And then I've had 2 times that I've sold more breakable items that have broke shipping, which would have been not my fault, but the, sadly, 2 glass items that had broke. It was the shipping problem, and they both times were with Makari, and Makari just ended up refunding the buyer, and they let me just keep my money since it wasn't really my fault. It was the shipping fault. So for me, it's pretty rare to have a problem with an order. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, trying to think if there's anything else. Again, if you have questions, just comment below. As a buyer for these platforms, I know I've bought in a couple times on Poshmark, and I've had good success, and I've bought on Makari. The one I do really enjoy on buying though is Vinted, simply because everything's a lot cheaper on Vinted, because sellers aren't they're not charged 10%. And right now the shipping is super cheap, so I enjoy buying the most on Vinted right now. And I'm excited. Maybe I'll do an updated video on Curtsy. I'm excited to see how that goes. So yeah, so just mainly if you have used clothes or you have some items you want to sell, it's a really great platform to sell things on. And I've sold a couple electronics, and electronics sell really good and quickly and fast on Makari, I would say. That's my number one for electronics. I think I have sold electronic on Poshmark, but not so much. And so that's about all I can think of right now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any other questions about selling, comment below. Thank you. Again, this is what I mean about Vinted being so cheap. I got these 4 items. All came as described, really nice condition. 4 blouses and a couple sweaters. And she sold them $1 each. And then they have this promotion, you know, that there's 99-cent shipping. So I just basically spent 99-cent shipping was for £1. So 2 pounds, which I'm guessing this is what it shipped in, is $2.99. So basically spent $7 on this total. So anyway, just thought I'd share.